Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to a reading vlog that I have really missed doing. Unfortunately, I'm feeling a reading slump arriving because I have some books on the go and I am not really wanting to pick them up or finish them. So, what can I blame? A couple of 5-star anticipated reads that really just didn't do it for me. So the biggest disappointment for me has been The Last House on Needless Street. I finished that a few days ago. That was a thriller release last year. It was a 5-star anticipated for me, and it's finished at a 1.5 star. I really didn't enjoy the book at all, and I was like, oh no. Another book that I finished last week was Gallant by V. Schwab. Now, I loved her YA Cassidy Blake series, really enjoyed it, so I was really excited to read Gallant. Solid 3 stars. And then on audio, I've been listening to White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. Again, that had so much hype last year. It was a 5-star anticipated for me last year. It came up on Scribd as an audiobook. I'm like, yes. And I've got an hour and a half left. And I think this is going to be a 3-star as well. So I'm just a little bit, what else am I reading? I've been reading the David Attenborough, what's it called? A Life on Our Planet book for what seems like 3 months. I haven't picked it up, even though I was really enjoying it. And then I'm reading an arc I got called Looking for Emily. It's a middle grade. Now this is pretty good, but it's not 5-star either. And I don't know, I feel at the stage at the moment that I just don't really want to pick up a book. So we're going to try and turn that round. I'm going to try and finish White Smoke, Looking for Emily and A Life on Our Planet this week. I'm also going to start a couple of 5-star anticipated books I've picked up in the Night Circus. This is my arc because I loved Erin Morgenstern's The Starless Sea. So I'm hopeful, writing style wise, I won't enjoy this as much. And another 5-star prediction for me that I got out of the library is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, because I loved The Guest List by Lucy Foley. So I know this hasn't had the best write-up, but for me it's a 5-star anticipated. So hopefully finishing the other books, reading these books, is going to turn around any impending reading slump. But right now, it's Monday morning. I've got to jump into work mode for a little while, but I will catch up with you with a reading update in a little while. Good morning. Well, we're going to have to brave it, little man. We're going to get wet. But we just pulled up at work, so I'll catch up with you a bit later. I can't tell you how many tubes and things are buried in this office. Oh, he's going to try and put it on his dad's chair. I love him so much.
No, dude, he didn't. He was rushes to explain. He thought he was doing the right thing, you know?
So it's 3:30, I'm back home, and I'm just taking a few minutes to relax while the computer's setting up so I can do some more work, while the oven's heating up so I can cook dinner. And I thought, I've hauled some books over the last couple of weeks, but not enough necessarily to do a haul video. So I thought I'd just jump on and show you now because I'm really excited by some of these. So the first one, it's a children's book. It was 50p, but it's The Velveteen Rabbit, or How Toys Become Real, and I just thought this is so gorgeous. It says on the back, when a child loves you, really loves you, then you become real. And the illustrations in this are just absolutely beautiful. Let me try and find some for you. It is just absolutely stunning. So I was like, I'm having that. And then if you come with me under the dust jacket, because this is one of my new favourite things, is that not one of the most beautiful books you have ever seen? I think that's absolutely stunning. And I am really excited by that, and I might have a look at that this week. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. So, can't wait to read it. I never read it before. But it's one of those children's books I'm like, how have I not read that? In the same charity shop, I spent £3 on the next book, but this was a cover buy. And it's The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. But it is a beautiful sprayed edged edition. And it is a signed edition as well, which I was quite excited by. And I just absolutely love like the font and just how beautiful this looks. I mean, look at the stunning cover of that. That's just beautiful. And obviously there's a mermaid involved. And to be honest, that was enough for me to get it. I'm really excited by that. So, happy days. Then I got Caraval for £1. This is on my TBR. I think it's just, I don't think necessarily is it circus, but I think it's more sort of like theatrical performance type based book. And yeah, welcome to Caraval where nothing is quite what it seems. A once a year week-long performance where the audience participates in the show. It is magic, mystery, adventure. So it sounds good to me. And I've been looking out for this for ages. It's on my wish list. So just to find it in the charity shop, I was really, really pleased. This is a huge, huge copy compared to the size of my head. Anyway, then I got Murakami's Norwegian Wood. This was on my Goodreads TBR. Couldn't remember why. No, it wasn't my Goodreads TBR. It was on my little TBR list that I have on my phone. So there's a reason that I put it on there. Can't remember what it was, but anyway, it was £1.25, and why not? Then I got Winterkeep. This was a cover buy, and not just because it was shiny, it just looks cool. And it says, Winterkeep is a land of miracles, a democratic republic, a place where people speak to telepathic sea creatures and adopt telepathic foxes as pets. I haven't read the rest. That was enough. That sounds awesome to me. I think this is part of a series. I really hope this is book one, but I don't know. Or at least if you can read them independently. But for £1, I was like, I'm giving it a go. And then today on a walk back to the car after being in town, I got Rosemary's Baby for 50p. And I'm now, is this what, there's no film version of this? Isn't it kind of like a spooky film about an evil baby? You know when you just see a book and you're like, that was one of those, if I saw it, I'd pick it up. And that's what I did. So yeah, that's my little haul. So I was quite chuffed with those. Let me know your thoughts, if you've read any of those, if you like them. And I will catch up with you when I've done some reading. It's Tuesday morning. It's 7:45. I'm so tired, but I'm about to leave for work. I've just packed my bag and I'm going to shortly pack up Dookie and head off. But I wanted to give you a bit of a reading update. So last night I started the night circus and I read nearly 100 pages. I'm loving it. I'm finding it absolutely fascinating. I love the writing style, which I expected to because I liked Erin Morgenstern's The Starless Sea. The plot is very intriguing. We met these couple of magicians now. We met them as children, and we know that they're going to be competing at the night circus for whatever really they're competing for. We don't know. And yeah, the concept of the circus sounds absolutely fascinating. We've just had a few more characters introduced, so it's getting really, really good. But yeah, it's just been so long since I've sat down and just read 100 pages of a book. So I'm really pleased. So this morning, 40 minutes left of White Smoke. We're going to try and finish that while I'm at work. And I don't want to neglect looking for Emily and the David Attenborough books. I'd like to finish them this week. And I am enjoying them when I pick them up. So, at least a chapter or two of both of those today. That's my aim as well. And obviously I'm going to try and return to the night circus because it's brilliant. Well, I better get off to work and I'll catch up with you later with another update.
This is Marcella Cox. We hope you have enjoyed this unabridged production of White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson.
So, I've just finished White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I've given it 3 stars. It was probably more 3.5 in the end because I quite like the ending. So let me just read on Goodreads what it's about, because I don't think I told you. Marigold is running from ghosts. The phantoms of her old life keep haunting her, but a move with her newly blended family from their small Californian beach town to the embattled Midwestern city of Cedarville might just be the fresh start she needs. Her mum has accepted a new job with the Sterling Foundation that comes with a free house, one that Mari now has to share with her bratty 10-year-old sister Piper. The renovated picture-perfect home on Maple Street, sitting between dilapidated houses, surrounded by wary neighbours, has its secrets. That's only half the problem. Household items vanish, doors open on their own, lights turn off, shadows walk past rooms, voices can be heard in the walls, and there's a foul smell seeping through the vents only Mari seems to notice. Worse, Piper keeps talking about a friend who wants Mari gone. But running from ghosts is just a metaphor, right? As the house closes in, Mari learns that the danger isn't limited to Maple Street. Cedarville has its secrets too, and secrets always find their way through the cracks. Now, when I read that and heard about the book, I thought it was going to predominantly be horror to thriller, but I feel that it was probably more 70% about overcoming things that happened in the past, and that was almost a side note for a fair chunk of the book. The ending, not so much, but maybe about the first, I don't know, quite a bit of the book. It was mainly about just sort of what happened, and yeah, I mean, it covered some heavy topics, trigger warnings for sort of drugs and overdoses, but I mean, it was fine. As I said, we'll end it as a 3.5 star. And I obviously am now at work, so I'm going to get back into work mode and I'll catch up with you a bit later. So I was just on Scribd and I was just about to start an audiobook, a random one, just for the next like couple of hours that I'm going to be here, and then I noticed that I'd actually saved the Paris apartment. So given I've got the hard copy of that at home, I might start it here today at work and just listen to a few chapters. I just didn't want to keep starting loads of other books. I had like a rough TBR for this week. I wanted to finish 3 books, start 2, so I didn't want to go too far off that. But this is perfect because this is one of the books on that list, so let's do it.
Chopay Darisu, Sophia Zervidaci, Charlie Anson, Claire Corbett, Daphne Kumar, and Julia Winwood.
A shout rips through the silence. A man's voice, then another voice, a woman's.
So it's 3:15 and I have just had a very exciting parcel here. I only ordered these 2 books yesterday, but it arrived today. The first one I have wanted for ages. I've been so intimidated though, and I was like, I'm not going to read it because it's so long, but I want to read it. And that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And this is, oh crikey, it's got like a glossary and stuff at the back. 804 pages. Just as a world divided, a queendom without an heir, an ancient enemy awakens. And I just got a feeling I'm going to enjoy it. So I thought, look, I know it's a really big book, but let's just go for it. And then the other book that I got was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. Again, this has been on my list for ages, and I just went for it yesterday. I was like, just do it. Just cheer yourself up. Just get a couple of books. So all I know about this one is Addie has made a deal with the devil. I think it's to like extend her life, but the catch is that everyone that meets her forgets her. And then I think like so long down the line somebody actually remembers her, and it's a bit like, ooh. So, my cheeky little book mail. I'm really excited to read those two. I doubt, to be honest, I'm going to start them in this vlog because I've got other books that I want to read. So, I did listen to some of the Paris Apartment at work. However, I got into some heavy work and I wasn't really paying attention. So we're going to start it again and we're just going to go with a physical copy now. So while I was running my bath, I think I got to page 24. So I will continue with that, and I'm desperate to get back to the night circus tonight, but I don't want to neglect Looking for Emily and the David Attenborough book, so I might say I'm going to read at least a chapter of each of those first. Yeah, I'm really excited with those. I'll catch up with you later. So I've read 3 chapters, so I'm really pleased because I haven't picked this up in a while. So I've made a dent. I'm still finding it really interesting, but I suppose at the minute we're talking about fossil fuels, we're talking about renewable and non-renewable energy sources. So we've sort of gone away maybe from his life history and the animal element to the looking ahead. But it is like a vision for the future, so, you know, to be expected, but it's just really heavy in places, but it is really interesting, and it is an incredibly important topic, and we should all be thinking about sustainability. So I'm going to continue, but not today. But optimistically, I can see me finishing this over the next couple of days, so I'm really happy with that. Hey, so it's 7:30. I have just woken up on the sofa. I put on some kind of cartoon for Duke and I thought, well, I'm just going to lie down for 2 minutes. And that was nearly an hour ago. But anyway, I'm awake now. I read, as I said, a few chapters of the David Attenborough book. I read 3 chapters of Looking for Emily. And now I'm going to finish my evening reading a little bit more of the Night Circus because I'm loving this. So, I'm going to close off this part of the vlog now because I think I've vlogged a little bit more than I anticipated, and I will try and catch up with you later in the week and let you know if I have managed to stop the reading slump. So, it's been really fun doing this again. If you like this video, please like below and pop me an emoji of your choice if you make it to the end. And yeah, I will catch up with you soon. Bye.